Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk For Real podcast, where myself, the host, Christopher Mattox, and my co-host, Hannah Robson,
Hello.
we just sit down, talk about real issues, or even just what's on our mind at the time, really. And yeah, so this is our first episode. I'm gassed. We've been working quite well. Myself, I've been working hard on this. And it finally is the first episode.
Yeah.
Yes. Show some enthusiasm.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about this a lot.
Yes, and like I said, it's the first episode. Any mistakes that we do, just cut us some slack, alright? Okay, just relax. For now, this is just mainly based on YouTube. If I have figured out how to put it on Spotify and iTunes, all those sort of things, the links will be in the description. I'm just still trying to figure it out, guys, okay? So how it works, we've got 4 topics. It changes every week. And in fact, if you guys want to send us some topics, I will tell you how to do so at the end. But for now, these are going to be the 4 topics for this week. We've got topic 1, as people, are we just basically a walking advertisement? That's topic 1. And then on topic 2, we've got what's your views on technology in the future and even now? And topic 3, is family just blood related? And that one I got from my mum. And then we've got topic 4, is it hard to go through puberty as a girl or as a boy? And then at the end of the show, we've always got a fun fact, which I'll save for the end. And then, and of course we've got what's the score, where it's just, how do I say, it's where me and Hannah, we try to predict what's going to be the scores for the next, the next week's fixtures, which will be revealed obviously in the next week's podcast. So it will be just the 3 games that I myself choose to be hard to call, like those sort of games. And yeah, so we're just going to crack on with it. Topic 1, as I said, as people, are we basically a walking advertisement? Now, I said to you this before. Do you even know what I mean?
In a way, I'm still confused.
Just take a guess.
Is it because we all have different personalities?
Yeah.
And each of us, there's over 7 billion people in the world.
And rising.
And rising, obviously, unfortunately.
Fun fact, by the way, this isn't the fun fact, but unless it's changed, last time I checked, India had more population than China. You know that? Yeah.
I thought it would be like the other way around because
no, it was, but in recent times now, India have more population than China. Do you believe that?
I can't believe, no.
That's
just crazy.
Go on, what was you saying?
Like, each and every human have different personalities, like you said. We like to represent ourselves as our own, I guess. I don't know.
But as advertisement, now for Hannah it's different, because what you're wearing...
I'm just wearing a plain crop top, highlighted leggings, really. And
myself, I actually don't know where the hell you got it. But me, what am I wearing?
It's got Umbro on it.
No,
I can't see.
Under Armour.
Oh, Under Armour, not
obviously you can't see, because unless we zoomed in, but it's a podcast, so you'll be listening most of the time anyways. And my bottoms?
It's Under Armour as well.
Right. Now, if I'm walking in the street, and let's say I was single, some girls would be going, he flat, just wearing the Under. Maybe I should get that from my brother, or my boyfriend, or my dad.
Oh, influencing other... Oh, you try... Oh, I get it now, yeah.
So I'll ask it again. As people, are we just basically... And a free as well. Actually, no, we pay to be an advertisement.
We actually pay, because we're paying what we're wearing right now.
Exactly.
So we're basically influencing other humans. Say, look, if I see a woman wearing a nice, blouse, trousers, nice shoes, I thought, yeah, I'll get that myself. That looks nice.
But the difference is, as I said with you, I don't know what it is your brand is.
No.
but most brands, Super Dry, or was it Hollister?
It's
No, I think
Hollister.
it's Super Dry. Super Dry are the ones I hate the most because
Everywhere.
everywhere on the top, Super Dry, Super Dry, Super Dry, Super Dry, Super Dry. Like, get that bonnet out of my face. Like that brand for me is Under Armour. I like a lot because boom, that's it. Just one little logo is all you need. Even yours, like no logo, which is the best sometimes, and people go, that's nice, but where'd you get it? Like at least you ask instead of going, oh, I know where she got it from. She got it from Superdry. It's all over her face. It's all over her pants, all over her top. Like for me, don't even get me started with Superdry, honestly.
No.
But do you see what I mean now?
I do get you mean, yeah, because I don't like wearing some clothing with logos on it or writing. I like just like normal, plain. But that's, you might see that as boring. But I got this top from New Look. No one would know I get this top from New Look.
No.
Or these leggings from Next, New Look, H&M. You would never know.
Exactly, and also like even football as well. Like you see people, me myself, I'm an Arsenal fan, yeah. So you see me wearing an Arsenal top, and you'll probably have some kids that aren't even a football fan yet, and they look at me and go, I like that. Yeah, maybe I should support Arsenal. But even again, that's just another case of we're a walking advertisement.
Yeah, but he or she might not know what the squad is actually like. They see you wearing Arsenal tops. Yeah, I support Arsenal. Their tops are good, but you don't know their background, the owner, the manager, the whole players. Yeah.
But yeah, you get that now, isn't it? So then for topic 2, we have, what's your views on technology over the years, now and the future? So we'll start with now. How can I say this? Technology, do you think it's improved us?
I say technology is only slightly improved us all humans, but it's still moving too fast. I mean, I've got a question within that question. Could it be a danger to humans or the environment? Because in a way, technology like robots and...
Terminator, basically.
Yeah, Terminator. I mean, that could happen in the next 20, 30 years.
And you do have to ask yourself, is that a reality? Or is that just, that's just a film. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, like
me, myself, I think it will. Maybe not anytime soon.
You remember that film I, Robot with Will Smith in it? The I, Robot. You have to... It's like the future, like everyone was buying these robots, but they're going for expensive price.
Oh, yeah,
but everyone's like, they're basically a maid for the actual human in the house. But there was something going on with their chip inside their heads that was not going right, and it was turning against humans, it was killing them. And that made me think, bugger, is that going to happen to us? It shouldn't, because we need to think carefully before we move forward.
But this is what I'm saying, is it a good thing? Technology. Look at you right now with that phone in your hand. Could you go a week without that phone?
No, because I got said this is funny for the podcast.
Let's say you smashed that phone, and we were both quite skint, right? And I said, listen, I don't get paid till like next month. I've only got like 20 quid in my account, and I have to budget. I'll just go out Tesco and not Tesco. Let's say some corner shop on the high road. I'll just get you a Nokia. It's only a £5. Would you get by for a month?
Probably not, no.
You'll have all your contacts still. You'll have your calls and messages still.
But
So what's the problem?
This is like a touchscreen Android Samsung. I mean, I can't have anything basic because it would drive me nuts.
No, you say that, but then you go on to the kids of our generation.
Yeah, the kids... I've been thinking about when I was that age, I literally had a simple phone. I was fine with it. Obviously, now they've got iPhones, everything they wanted, and they look about 8 or 10 years old. I mean, when I was that age, bloody hell, I had a proper childhood. Them have nothing. I feel like they've got nothing.
Because when I was a kid, I didn't, if I remember correctly, I didn't get my first phone until I was about 12. And if I remember rightly, it was one of my dad's old phones. I think it was a Nokia, but it was one of those...
Not San Francisco ones?
No, San Francisco I got later.
Oh.
It was one of those not flip, but like that. Like,
oh, the one that's like slides.
yeah.
I had one of them as well. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
cool. I had one of them as well. I loved that phone. That was my favourite phone as a kid.
Yeah, same. That was one of my first phones. And then after that, was it the same first? No, I think after that, I went to Ireland. I was working for my dad in the Ferryman pub, and I don't know how much it was that I made, but I was getting money, and then I brought the money back. It was an LG, was my first touch phone that I worked for. It wasn't, "Mummy, can I have an iPhone 7? I need it." I worked hard for that LG touch phone, which was sick back in the day.
I mean, still we both work hard for things. I mean, I work hard to pay off my phone.
Yeah, but I was a kid.
As a kid, that's different. I mean, as a kid, all I went is done school, went to college. That was it. That's when I was living, obviously not in London. So now it's different.
Like, when I say technology, it's just, as you say, it's gone too fast, too quick.
Yeah, it's moving too fast.
Just, you have to seriously ask yourself, will Terminator happen? And I honestly think it will. And you see these sickos out there now with these sex robots, and are you sad?
I think they're like too lonely. They just want somebody to talk to. But if you're somebody to talk to,
because apparently Alexa,
talk to a real human.
A lot of the older generation are buying Alexa just for someone to talk to.
Yeah, I think I've heard a story of an old man where he lost his wife, and he bought actually Alexa. This woman came around to show him how to use it, and he went like, "Alexa, play such and such this music back in my day," and it did. It brought back in memories. He even cried. Obviously, happiness.
But in those situations, I say to myself, yeah, technology has helped us.
It's helped probably the old generation, I think, in that way.
And medicine-wise as well, it's advanced us a lot. But as you say, it's gone too quick. The 80s, how long ago was that?
The 80s was about over 30 years ago, I think.
About my dad's like
30 years.
Yeah, roughly 30 years.
Ago, yeah.
30 years, the technology from the boom to now has just escalated so much. And my dad, even Back to the Future, any one of you that has watched that movie, they actually predicted when they went to the future, it was, 2018, wasn't it?
I think 2018, I guess.
Or 17 or something like that. Yeah. And on the year of 2017 or 18, whenever it was, they got everything right. The hoverboard, they're actually in the works of doing that now.
The hoverboard, I mean, how can they do it?
I mean, the closest thing to it at the current time is the Segway.
Segway, yeah, because it's only got 2 wheels.
Which I think has made us lazy.
Yeah, exactly. I still see them. It's just,
even though apparently they're supposed to be banned on the streets. But
yeah,
like WALL-E, for instance, is a good example of how technology is setting us back.
WALL-E, you mean the film WALL-E?
Yeah, the film WALL-E.
Film, yeah.
Yeah, you know when he goes up to space and he sees all the people, they're just like...
Yeah, but that's all fact. Yeah, because because remember, the world was full of shit and rubbish, and they had to, say, a cruise in space, a cruising spaceship. That's why everyone's getting lazy with hover chairs. They're getting fat because they're losing bone loss. I wouldn't say bone loss, but they're getting fatter. And obviously, if you're in space more, you have to keep on moving just to keep fit in how you are.
Yeah,
but if you just sit lazy for the rest of the years, obviously you're going to get fatter more in space.
Yeah, literally
it's
continue
to do with
generation.
There's no gravity in space, no nothing, you just float, it's nothing, it's quiet,
on a ship,
it's
we're
dark.
going to have anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity, yeah, obviously.
Especially in whatever time period that is, of course they're going to have anti-gravity. But obviously outside space, you're gonna...
Of course you're gonna if you don't have the proper equipment.
But I'll ask you this, in 10 years, so actually just to make it more interesting, let's say right now it's 2020, yeah?
Yeah.
In 10 years time of 2020 it'll be 2030. What do you think technology will be then? In 2030?
I hate to think. Possible to have driverless cars.
That's already now.
Yeah, driverless cars is already happening now, but there'll be more on the roads than us actually driving it.
And interesting fact, I don't know where I read this, but a driverless car actually ran over, I think it was some sort of robot. I don't know where this was, but it actually ran over a robot. And a lot of people are questioning it now, saying like, is it safe, is it not, should these even be a thing?
No, not I think I'd hate to go in a driver's car.
And
I would
if
like
it-
to go in a car myself and drive it myself because I could get killed.
Imagine if that was a human now, straight away, boom, that's it, we're not having this ever. But if it's a robot, they go, well, maybe, well, it's just a robot, who cares? Like, driverless cars, yeah, the way I see it, you should have a car, right? But you should have the option of that drive, like an autopilot sort of thing.
Autopilot. You can get them on planes now.
Yeah, but as in like car, cruise
Your car.
control sort of.
Thing is, there's already cruise control. There's cruise control in your friend's car.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm on about like not cruise controls and just like, you don't
set
have
the
to.
limit. Yeah,
Yeah,
set the limit.
I mean
on
cruise controls and just like, just get me where I want to go. Go on your phone. Like, I'm saying like at least have that option where you can set your GPS to where you want to go, and then it takes you there, and then you just sit down on your ass and have sex or whatever it is that you do during your car time. But what I'm saying is you should have that option, not just that's it. It's drive yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely right. Yeah, definitely right.
But
I get it.
that's what I mean. You're saying, oh, in 10 years they're driving us. We have that now. So in 10 years' time, what are we going to have?
Probably
Hover buses?
Not even hover buses. No, that would go too far. Practically the cars will be more driverless. Number two, the hoverboards, like you were saying, there'll be more of
currently in
them.
the works.
Yeah, but it'll be launching at that stage probably. And in the next 10 years, we might even have a Samsung 20. I don't know.
Speaking of phones, yeah, I've seen. I think this was on Facebook. Now, you could accept this or not, but this is what I saw. There's like a bracelet, right?
Yeah.
On here, and then you put a bracelet on like
The other one.
as far as here, yeah.
Yeah.
And between the two bracelets, you've got the phone. So, like, for instance, you want to make a call, doing call, and then like you've got an earpiece, and you're talking to them through the earpiece. Your phone is basically on your wrist, sort of thing.
That's mad. No.
That's mad.
No,
I would
do that.
It's cool to think about, but I would never have that. That's just unpractical. Like, and imagine how weak the bracelet must be.
Oh.
Unless it's made of, I don't know, titanium or something.
Titanium or kind of some strong material. That would work out, I think. If it's
But imagine how much that would cost. Over $1,000. The iPhone X is over $1,000, so
yeah.
imagine how much that's going to cost. Especially
Above getting it.
Huh?
What's the point?
Exactly.
I mean, if you're working and you've got one earpiece, I mean, if you're working at office or something, you've got a Bluetooth headset, they've still got them. But obviously, if you've got too busy to look at your phone, you just go, yep, hello, goodbye, yep, hello. You know, you touch it on your ear, and as simple as that.
Yeah, I don't see many of that these
No, I
days.
don't see many of that. I did see it before, but not today.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, what I was saying about the wrist, that's something I see happening in 2030. That's 10 years, well, 11 years' time.
Yeah.
That's what I see happening. Hover cars, hover buses, me myself, I can't see it happening anytime soon. But I just,
cars.
yeah.
Well,
You know, like Futurama?
yeah, also
Anyone who watches Futurama will know.
all Back to the Future too.
Oh yeah, they have it on there as
Back to
well,
the
yeah.
Future. You have to watch all three of them just to make sense.
Yeah.
Not just like one, not just 3, 1, 2, or 2, 3, 1, or you have to watch it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. But just thinking about the future, not only technology-wise now, nothing else. Just thinking about the technology in a TV. In fact, the biggest TV I saw, I don't know what it was, but there's a TV you can have now, right? Where it's basically just screen. You have just the screen on the wall, and it's like as big as our wall over there, which is quite big, guys. It's about. I'm not good with measurements and inches and all that stuff, but it's quite
Big.
massive. Just the screen. No like hardware, no nothing. You've got just the screen. I think this is somewhere in China. China, when it comes to technology, they're up there. They're one of the best.
Talking of TVs as well, you can actually get a TV that you can actually fold it on the wall and then open it and watch it. Flexible screens for TVs.
Yeah, that one as well. Yeah, that's.
And also with TVs, you just get nothing at the back, just flat. I've seen them in Curry's, literally flat. Like with this TV, it's got a bit of a bulge at the back, but most TVs have got nothing at the back at all. Just pure flat. I thought, how
delicate must that be?
Yeah, the delicate ones are like
expensive.
And over a grand. Yeah, over a grand as well.
Me personally, I'd rather have the curved ones. You get that full-on experience.
The curves. I think them curved ones will be out quite a bit, so it'll be less than its price by now.
And it's more secure. I trust it more than I would trust just the thin ones.
The picture quality is still 4K.
Yeah, exactly. It's still
HD,
4K.
Yeah, this one TV as well.
Yeah, but honestly, just thinking about it just amazes me. Like, I was born in the 90s, so even as a 90s baby, I can still talk. Like, the PS1, for instance, that was the product back in the day. I used to love. What did I used to play? Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro.
Yeah, same.
What do we have now? We've got Red Dead Redemption 2, which is sick. I'm currently playing it.
Same. On PS4.
PS4.
But there's also PS4 Pro. I'm not sure if it's on that as well.
It is PS4 Pro.
Yeah,
that's basically PS4.
Yeah.
But comparing the graphics back then,
you never thought, yeah, this is really good, I keep playing it. But now when you look back at them and think, it's so shit.
But the gameplay was so sick.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cool.
And another fun fact, that's not part of the end, but do you know what the first game was? Ever.
The first game ever.
Ever. Now, I'm not on about console or none of that, but the first ever game, do you know what it was?
It wasn't... was it Mario, was it?
No.
Okay.
And it's not Sonic, if that's what
it's
you're going to
not
say
Mario,
next.
it's not Sonic. It's not Kirby, is it?
No.
Okay.
Great game, but no.
I don't know.
Pog.
What's Pog? I know who Pog.
You've got the two bars, and then you've got the ball in the middle and go, doop, doop.
Oh, Pog. Oh! Yeah, I know what it is now. Pog. I think it's a weird name for that called Pog.
Look it up now. I don't know when it came out, yeah, but that was the first ever game made.
Pog. Got a pug.
Just type it in.
Pog.
Just type it in.
Got a hog now.
Just type it in.
Okay.
When I taught, but it was the first ever game made. Now I'm sure it was made well before my time because I used to play as a kid myself.
Milk caps are coming up. Milk caps.
No, not Pod. Pong.
Oh, Pong.
Pong. Pong.
I thought you said Pog.
No, Pong.
Pog.
Yeah, it was an arcade game. It came out in the arcade. 2-dimensional. Now we've got like 3-dimensional games. It's mad.
So yeah.
Honestly, it's mad when you think about it. Even compare that to the latest. I don't know what's the latest game out. Gran Turismo 5. The graphics on those sort of car games will blow you away.
Shall I show you the camera? I got Pong.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can see it, that's Pong.
I
know it might be backwards, but oh well.
To the people listening, just look it up on your phones. Pong. It's like, what would you say? It's like like.
Not Tetris, no. Tetris is different.
Yeah, tennis.
Tennis, yeah, because you're hitting either side of the ball. That's obviously the first.
You would compare it to and Tetris as well. Like even when that first came out, people were like, "Wow, what is this? This is sick. This is sick, fam." I wouldn't have said that back then. That's what we would say in the current era.
Yeah, definitely.
Cuz, what is this? But yeah, those are the two topics. Now we're coming up to what's the score. Whereas I told you in the beginning, this is the part where I, myself, and Hannah, we try and guess the results for the games on the next week, which will be the Saturday or Sunday or the Friday, just the next week's weekend's fixtures. So, let me look up. You can keep talking.
What should I say?
Anything you want.
What's the score? Anything?
That's the whole point of it. You can explain the rules.
The rules on what's the score?
Yeah.
You haven't told me the rules yet.
Okay. The rules are...
Oh, we got to look for the next fidget. I can't talk.
The rules are... If we get the result right...
Yeah.
Like... The result as in the win and how many goals and stuff there is,
Yeah.
that's 3 points. If we just get, for instance, the result right, but we get like the goals wrong, then it's 1 point. If you get nothing right, then you get no points, obviously, yeah?
Okay, I get it now.
Alright. So I'm going to go with Man U versus Brighton.
Man U versus Brighton. They're quite good now. I say a good 3-1 or 3-0. Should I go 3-0?
Myself,
I'll go for 3-0.
I would say it's tough because Man U, as of recording of this podcast, Man U are about to play Spurs, right? And that's going to be their first test. Their first test after Mourinho has left. So it's hard to judge, but I'm going to say, because Brighton are, I like Brighton, I think they're a half decent team. I would say Man U will win, but a 2-1.
2-1, okay.
That's what I'm going to go with. And of course, Arsenal, we have to always do at least one Arsenal. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal are home.
Yeah, right, I might have to be so truthful with this. Right. 3-1.
To here.
Arsenal.
To Arsenal. 3-1.
Maybe, no, well, if it's Chelsea, they're quite good, aren't they?
Yeah, but Arsenal are home, and at the beginning of the season, Arsenal could have beat them at the away fixture. We were very good against them.
Okay, so it might be a 2-0.
To Arsenal,
2-0
yeah.
to Arsenal, yeah.
2-0, clean sheet.
2-0.
With our defence.
Or 2. We rethink that again. Make it 2-2, draw.
I'm going to say
2-2.
Arsenal, they've been... I'm going to say 3-2 for Arsenal. That's what I'm going to say. If they're clinical with their finishing, which they've been poor in recent games, defending, forget about it, we can't defend for nothing. We can't even defend against the cold at the current time. I'm going to go with 3-2 for Arsenal beating Chelsea.
Oh.
And then the final game, which is quite an interesting one, Wolves versus Leicester. Both teams are on quite decent form.
But whose defence is better?
Depends on the day. Both their defences, I would say, are quite even.
Wolves against Leicester. I think it'll be a good...
Wolves are at home, just to say. And that's the first fixture of Saturday.
2-1 to Leicester.
2-1 to Leicester. I'm going to say 2-1, but to Wolves. I think Wolves... Because I think Wolves are better. Like, they've got a really good team, and a friend of mine as well would go, oh yeah, they're a really good team because they're all Portuguese. But, listen, their team itself is actually a really good team. I think they can do it. I'd say 2-1 for Wolves. And we'll find out the results, who's right, who's wrong, on the next week's podcast. And you guys, feel free for yourselves to put in the comments
your predictions as
well. Your predictions as well. You can let us know if we're idiots. You can do your own predictions, just for a bit of fun. And now it's your part of the show.
What's happening? Well, actually, are we doing that now?
Yes.
Or is it last?
No,
okay.
that's now.
Okay. Right. What's happening? Unfortunately, I've got one word. Brexit. No one has hear the word Brexit. I mean, it's everywhere on the news. But unfortunately, that's the top news as it's happening.
Before you get into Brexit, let's say we've got people who don't even know what Brexit is. Try your hardest to describe what Brexit is. I challenge you.
Right, this is my honest truth. What I think what Brexit is really is.
No, I'm saying like describe Brexit. What even is it?
Describe Brexit. We're trying to come out of the EU.
Yeah.
And for that to happen is, for me personally, dangerous because we've always relied on the EU now.
No, back in like my mum's day and my dad's day, they this is why the older generation voted out, because back then apparently, it was great.
Yeah,
we don't need the EU.
We don't need the EU.
Fuck it, Brexit, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then Brexit happens. Oh shit! What do you mean? Oh crap!
Yeah. So that's in the making of us to come out of the EU, but Jeremy Corbyn, however, is called for a general election, but May is refusing or ignoring the subject. Me personally, we need a brand new Prime Minister. We don't want some old hag. I'm saying old hag on podcast. I don't care. Most people hate her, but we don't. We do not want to, for example, go to Ted down the street and throw bloody bottles everywhere on her, like trying to like get into her and like assassinate. I mean, that if you hate someone, leave them alone. Don't even attempt to like try get rid of them, like assassinate Donald Trump. Someone nearly assassinated Donald Trump, though I think he wasn't even in that White House. I mean, that's stupid.
But speaking of Theresa May, two of her, what would you call them? I would say co-workers. The guy in charge of Brexit.
Everyone's leaving, I think.
Yeah, the guy in charge of Brexit, the one who's in charge of the deal, looked at that paperwork and said, "Oh crap!
Oh crap!
I can't deal with this. I'm out."
Yeah, and she was something about a no-deal Brexit. Like, if a no-deal Brexit happens, disadvantages a lot, I'd say, because we wouldn't even come out of the EU. That's
with
coming close, or even an official deal. I mean, there was a Brexit plan in the making last year, but they want to scrap it. They want to have a brand new one.
Yeah, from what I heard, there's like the original Plan A Brexit hasn't worked out, so now apparently they're doing a Plan B. A Plan B Brexit.
A Plan B Brexit, which
That's
we don't
what
know
I saw.
yet.
But yeah.
Which we don't know yet. I think I heard something on Facebook we both read, like, if Brexit happens, this is what we'll get. It was on my Facebook, but I didn't save the link, which was stupid. I mean, it was quite helpful. So, like, can you remember what it said? Like,
I see so many things about Brexit, it just goes over my head.
Yeah, exactly. I
days.
think it's just, every time I read it, to me, it's bullshit. To me, I totally agree. Not agree with it, but I disagree with it. Anyway, so that's obviously the most top news that's happening, unfortunately, in the UK. And then we've got, I'm just looking on my BBC News app. Right, I should go to my news, which is really
So
good.
what else is there?
There is, hold on. UK immigration.
That's basically border control. That
That's
is to
border
do
control,
with Brexit.
Yeah, but this is separate. I mean, this was 5 days ago. It says DUP criticised post-Brexit migration plans, meaning it would have, in the next, say 10 years, it would get, for harder to people get into the UK, they would have to have like a strict visa more, and if it ran out, that's it, you're gone, or if you renew it, perfect. But now, they want to, obviously if you go in an airport, you have a son with like UK/EU e-passports. We'd get off the EU, because we're not, obviously the next 10 years, we're not part of the EU, which is quite frightening.
About it.
In my opinion, might not happen. So yeah,
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
It's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Just about number one, Brexit, unfortunately, UK migration. Fingers crossed that if Brexit does happen, save us all. Save us all. And first of all, the third most important, we need a new Prime Minister. That's my opinion, most importantly. We don't need some old person doesn't know what they're doing half of the time. We want someone who is strong-minded, know what he's saying, and hashtag or she. It could be a nice she, but hopefully better than the last one. And hashtag save the NHS. Literally. 2019, innit? I mean, it's most important to me right now. So, and everyone. So, I heard it will get maybe, fortunately, privatised, or something. NHS will go private, and we would have to I would literally have to pay going to hospital or pay to have
like they do in America, isn't
like
it?
they do in America. They think
you have health insurance or something, isn't
exactly.
it?
You have
If
to have
you don't
health
have
insurance. Out.
See ya.
You have to have health insurance and see if it covers it. Brilliant, it covers it. But here, you might have to take health insurance out.
But in a way, I'm not against making the NHS private. You know why?
No,
Because
what's
you
the
get
point?
people, especially, I'm going to be trying real hard not to be specific to any nationality here, but you get a lot of people in this country that call up even 999, even just the KFC. You know when we ran out of KFC?
Yeah, the chicken, yeah.
Yeah, chicken, because people are retards and they don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But you had people calling going, hello? You said that's a KFC. And I was like, we can't do nothing about that. I went, but please, can you just deliver it for me? Like, and when it comes to medical as well, you've got people calling up.
999 for like, oh, I've hurt my toe. What?
Like, oh.
What the hell's that? I've hurt my toe. I've banged my knee several times. I've laid in bed fine.
Like you get, oh, I've got a headache. What do you do about this?
Yeah, you can't do
Take the meal to take paracetamol. That heals everything.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you get so many people doing so many stupid pulls that
Exactly.
cost them money as
Yeah, it
well.
costs them money a lot. I mean, for me, I only call them up for emergencies, which I have in the past, twice.
Or you can have the other number, which is non-emergency.
111. I've called up 111,
Yeah.
and they suggest me to go to A&E. I thought, oh, good, I won't call an ambulance straight away. But
the one thing they do need to improve is the waiting time in A&E.
the waiting time in A&E is probably like 2-3 hours, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Minimum.
Minimum is 3 hours.
Yeah,
but
minimum.
I mean, if you're bleeding out your ears, your arse, your mouth, that's different. You have to be seen immediately. I mean, in my circumstances, if I have one, I'm going to say now, if there's any IBD patient out there, if you've got bleeding out your arse, would you call 999 straight away? I think I would, because that's dangerous. Even when I go to toilet,
Depends on how you're feeling. I mean,
It's
you
how
call
you're feeling.
111.
call
And then
111
they'll
if
say, okay, yeah, call them now.
Call them now, yeah. And if
Do
I'm
something.
vomiting as well, not eating or drinking, do it now.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I mean, I wouldn't call a GP and say, yeah, I'm bleeding out my crack. I'm also vomiting a lot. I'm losing a lot of what I'm not eating. It's like calling a GP and that saying, well, call an ambulance then, for God's sake.
Well, speaking of blood, good cutaway, is family just blood related?
Family's just blood related. In a way, yes and no. You have to me to say a yes or no question, innit?
Yes.
Yes or no
It's only
question.
yes or no.
To me,
And
family's not.
this ain't opinion, by the
to
way.
fit-
This is fact.
Yeah. To me, family's not always blood related.
It is though.
Because I don't know if distantly I'm blood related to my auntie, which is my dad's sister. Distantly,
Still related. That's
Still
your
related,
auntie.
yeah.
That's your family. That's
and also
your blood.
she has 3 other kids, which are my cousins. More
Yeah.
distantly blood related. I mean, probably that much blood related.
Still blood. Still family.
Yeah, but I rarely see her.
That doesn't matter to me. Your auntie is more family to you than my mother is to you.
I think to me it's all about who you mostly care about and love.
No.
I don't
To
know.
people, it's like me, right? I've got my mother and my father, a half sister who's somewhere in America that I've never met. I would count my half sister as family over, I don't know, over a good friend of mine, for example. Even though I'm very close with this good friend, he ain't family, but I would still put him above my half sister because I've never even met her.
Your best friend, yeah.
Yeah, but I would still class him. I still wouldn't class him as family, even though he is practically like a brother to me. I wouldn't say that he is, even though I do call him bro sometimes, but he ain't. At the bottom line is he ain't family.
No, he's not blood related. No,
he can treat him like family, he can act like family, but he ain't family.
He's not family. Yeah, but this is all, we're talking about blood related.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to get at. He ain't blood related, so he ain't family to me.
So, for example, right, I'm obviously mostly blood related, like, because I haven't seen my dad for many years now. I recently met up with him. Yes, he's definitely blood. You can tell he's my dad just by looking at me and him.
Oh yeah.
But now he's got a missus named Sue. She has 3 other kids. Now I wouldn't class him as family, but they could be my half brother, sister, or anything. I wouldn't class him as family.
No.
But my dad, yes, obviously.
But that's different. Just that your dad's family. That have you ever met them, by the way?
No, yeah, but
there you go. Yeah. So that's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm going to meet them.
Your dad's family that you haven't met. Obviously, you don't know if you get on with them or you don't. But I'm on about my friend, my good friend. I've known him for like 5+ years for sure. Longer than I've known you, yeah. But I wouldn't class him as family, even though I know him very well. We get on very well. He ain't family to me. He ain't. That's what I'm trying to say. If you got on well with your dad's family and all that stuff, would you class them as family then?
Maybe a close.
Like, let's
if
say
I've got
guys,
to know them for many years.
Let's say you've known them for 2 years.
Yeah.
You talk to each other at least once a week just to see how you are. You're very close. Let's say, for instance, the wife had what you had, so you keep talking about.
Common, yeah, mostly in common.
Yeah. Would you class her as family?
I'm like a really good friend, but no.
There you go. Would you class my mum as family?
Well, we're not blood related, but you say we are, but I say we're not even blood related, but, you know, I've been sending her cards like a mum, and she'd be sending cards like a daughter, but that's different.
Like a daughter,
like
but you're
daughter.
not.
Yeah.
The bottom line is you're not. Family is straight up blood related. Like, I have some blood relatives, that, no names, but I don't get on too well with, right? But then I've got, for instance, you obviously aren't blood related, but I get on well with you, hence that's why you're even here. I've got friends that I get on better than I do with my blood relatives.
We've been out with each other for 5 years now. 5 years
Is
in
it?
July. Yes.
Yeah, in July.
2014, now it's 2019, yeah?
Yeah, in July,
in
not
July,
now.
so 3.5 years we've known each other. Ish. Not 4.5 years.
Yeah,
4.5 years,
yeah,
not 3.5 years.
4.5 years.
I can't think right now.
But yeah, that's the whole point I'm trying to get at. So I mean, family at the end of the day is not blood related. Even, for instance, my half sister, that's somewhere out there, I would still class her as family because she's blood related. I might not have ever met her, but she's family. I plan to meet her at one stage anyway. But then, speaking of girls,
and boys,
and girls,
and boys,
and girls, is it hard to go through puberty as a boy or as a girl?
me personally as a girl.
And I would actually agree.
Because, number one, we go through so much more pain than you do, unless you get hit in the balls. It's very sensitive area.
Yeah.
Number two, we have periods every month that are extremely...
Starting from the age of...
11 I did.
There you go.
11 till
Oh yeah,
I'm
but
done.
that's when puberty basically...
Actually, yeah, 11, but 11 till you're 50. When you know 50, you get the menopause, and it's... Then that's when you're over 60, no more periods. Oh my god, I can't wait for that.
But the menopause is supposed to be really bad.
Yeah, I mean, some people unfortunately can have it forced onto them because they have to have their whole cervix, womb, everything's removed. Then they'll get constant hot flushes. With my mum, it had it forced upon her. Unfortunately, she kept going red, proper sweating like red every time she had a hot flush. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Yeah, I just need a glass of water." Oh.
There's this one woman I saw a story on this morning, sort of related. She had she didn't stop having an orgasm for about.
That's actually a real disorder. She could not stop having a real. She kept sit on the sofa going. I mean, fucking hell. She kept sitting on the sofa. It's a real disorder. I'm like, you poor girl.
Well, what the hell is it
I
called?
would never go to work with it. Never ever. I'll be so embarrassed.
Oh god, did you imagine?
No, I'll be claiming fucking disability benefits for God's sake, because I mean, I don't care. I'll be so embarrassed.
But yeah, I would say, and obviously even as a girl, you especially a young girl, you've got models and that you look at and you go, oh, I wish I was that good looking. I'm ugly as, oh, I need an implant, I need this, I need that.
Unfortunately.
People keep judging me. Like, you can stop me if I'm wrong, because I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you are. You can get easily judged. I mean,
like, even not as a girl going through puberty, let's say an 18-year-old girl, there's an 18-year-old girl and an 18-year-old boy, right? You've got one boy, one girl going to a club. They don't know each other, right?
Yeah.
And they meet. Now, what does the girl think of the boy and what does the boy think of the girl? And let's say the girl is dressed really nice. She's wearing a nice, shortish dress, but not too short. And she's wearing a crop top, for instance, right? Now, what does the boy think of the girl?
I'd bang that.
Basically, yeah.
I'd bang that.
I'd bang that. Or what smart that. Or
yeah.
she's coming to the club. She must ask. She wants it for sure.
For it, yeah.
She's asking for it. And he keeps pressing her, and the girl's like, oh, I don't really want to say no, just I'm a bit scared about what you might do, all that sort of instance. And then it turns into something completely different, but you've got that instant, and then you've got the girl who looks at the boy and goes, he's nice, like his outfit looks, his friend's a bit weird, or something like that, like, if he's got a friend with him. But then she goes, well, no, I'm going to talk to him for a bit. And then you've got the boy who's thinking, oh yeah, she wants me for sure. Oh, she's all over me. Like, girls are always judged, no matter what they do. Like, if you're going out with your friends and you see, and the man's looking at you, yeah, they all want it. But she just wants a good time with her friends. She might have just been dumped.
Exactly, she might have been dumped and looking for a sensible rebound, I don't know.
Yeah.
They all look for rebounds.
And then you've got the complete opposite. You've got girls, I don't know, who don't wear a dress, they just wear a tracksuit, for instance. And some guys look at her going, oh, what the hell is she wearing? Why don't she wear a short dress? Or whatever. And then when you do, the guys go, oh, what a slut, she's wearing a short. You can't win. You
cannot win, no.
You can't. Like, you can, am I wrong?
I could say, yeah, we're going more, I'd say, advanced body changes, because we grow massive breasts, we might have, obviously, we bleed without hurting ourselves, we go through menstrual problems, we have more, I mean, we practically every month, at least a month, every, I don't know how many days you have your period, or maybe 4 or 5 days, but I still go through a lot of pain. I still go to work, I still just get on with life, but if I'm in a really bad state that I cannot move, that's it. Definitely, I mean, I find it so tiring. And like I said to myself, I wish I was born a boy, because I might have survived.
Well, you're still here now.
I'm still here now, just.
But as a boy, going through puberty, all I really remember is, of course, the voice gets deeper, and your throat hurts for a little bit.
You grow some proper balls.
Well, you've always had the balls.
You always had balls, but yeah.
Drop down a bit. You've got the facial hair, which is a bit, but that doesn't come until like quite a bit later.
Yeah.
Going through puberty as a boy, it's just like calm. It's just like go through a car wash.
Yeah, it's going
You're dirty when it starts, and you come out clean at the end.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, with girls, you have several stages.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't start growing proper when I was in, unfortunately, junior school. I was in my early teens. Obviously,
Junior school is what?
I was No, I was 11, 12, 13.
So that's high school.
No, that's
Secondary
junior school. No, that's junior.
Primary school.
No, that's...
There's no... Right,
No,
primary school is year 1 to 6.
Before high school is my junior school. I went to
primary
junior school. Yeah, primary school.
There you go. Just
End
say
of
primary
primary
school then.
Yeah, okay, because that's obviously the end of primary school. I was in my early teens. Obviously, I started my period before anyone else. I was embarrassed. Obviously, I didn't say anything. But obviously, I was changing in the toilets. And I was like, what's the sanitary bit? Oh, yeah, I forgot. People don't start their periods in this bloody school. You know, I was really annoyed. And I literally had to carry it in my hand.
Ugh.
And I was like, where's the fucking bin? Where's the... I just pop it in my bag. And I was like, for God's sake.
I would just put it down the toilet.
You put it down, yeah, but it would be like clogging up.
Is it your problem? Is it your problem? No, I would just put it down
I
the
started
toilet.
growing massive, you know what I mean. But everyone was like, Hannah, you're changing too fast. I said, yeah, obviously, because I'm different from others, come on.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up to the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, time for the fun fact. You might know this because we watched it on the show, but next week it'll be something that you don't know. And this is for you guys to try at home as well. Can you hum and hold your nose at the same time? Go on.
Me?
Yeah, try. Can you hum and hold your nose? I know you know the answer.
Right, obviously hum like,
Yeah.
don't we? But by holding your nose and doing it at the same time.
Yeah. Go on. Now, to the people listening, she just tried it. And it didn't work, did it?
No, because obviously your mouth and throat and nose is connected. Obviously, if you block in one end and you're trying to hum, it can't burst out.
Just sound that you need. Like, I'll try myself. No. I can't do it. But honestly, you guys try at home, it's weird. Now, when you first do it, you're like, oh my god, I can't speak.
Yeah, yeah.
But guys, that's it. We're gonna end it here for this week. Let us know if we're right and what we're saying. If we're wrong, if we're idiots, you can put it down in the comment below. If you have any topics or even advice that you want us to talk to you guys about, then email us on letstalkforrealpodcast@gmail.com. I'm going to put it in the description. And also tweet us on it's going to be in the description. I actually forget what it is. I think it's at letstalk_4real. Like, it's a bit weird, just the one I wanted wasn't even available, but just Twitter's in the description, email's in the description. I've actually been thinking, should we make a Instagram or...
We could make Instagram, yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously I've got an idea for the podcast as well. I mean, we could bring for a fun fact or for a specific question, we could bring props or not props or something, I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, we're getting out of hand, so guys, that's the end of the podcast. See you guys next week.